The cursed school. When Sasha transferred to a new school in a small town, he immediately sensed something strange. The building itself looked old, peeling walls, cracks running along the ceiling like cobwebs. But what unsettled him most was one particular classroom on the third floor. They called it the windowless room. No one ever went inside, and the door was always locked. Class 3B, as it turned out, had been shut down 10 years ago. According to legend, a terrible tragedy happened there. A student named Illia vanished during a lesson. The teacher had stepped out for just a minute, but when she returned, the boy was gone. The door was locked from the inside. There were no windows, and no one could explain how he had disappeared. The police found nothing. The classroom was sealed off forever. But that was only the surface of the story. Sasha wanted to know more. He started asking around, older students, janitors, even a few teachers. Most avoided the topic, but one elderly teacher, Mrs. Kovalchuk, finally spoke. Illia wasn't an ordinary child, she said with a trembling voice. He had strange eyes, like he could see things no one else could. A few days before he disappeared, he began drawing disturbing images. Dark faces, eyeless creatures, blood. He said they were calling him from the darkness. This only made Sasha more curious. He decided he had to get inside that classroom. One night, after classes were over, he stayed in the school, hiding in the bathroom until everyone left. He pulled a lockpick from his pocket, one he had borrowed from his older brother. Standing in front of the door to the windowless room, his heart pounded like a drum. The lock gave way. The door creaked open. Inside, total darkness. The air was heavy, thick with the smell of mold and something dead. His flashlight swept across the decaying walls. There were 12 desks. The chalkboard was scratched, like someone had tried to carve something into it with their fingernails. Sasha walked through the room, scanning the walls. His light landed on a message. They are inside the walls. He reached out and touched it, and in that moment, the walls began to tremble. At first, it was faint, like a whisper of wind. Then scratches began to appear. Something was coming out. Sasha froze. From the darkness, a boy stepped forward. He wore a school uniform, his eyes pitch black, like an abyss. It was Illia. "You see them too," he whispered. "They want another." Suddenly, behind Sasha, more figures appeared. They crawled out of the walls, the floor, the ceiling. Eyeless, twisted faces, whispering in unison. "Stay with us." Sasha lunged for the door. It was locked. He pulled the handle, slammed his fists, screamed. Nothing worked. Illia stepped closer. "One more, and we can be free." The flashlight died. Darkness swallowed everything. They found Sasha the next morning. He was sitting in the corner of the windowless classroom, rocking back and forth, repeating one phrase. "They're inside the walls. They're waiting." Since then, the room has been sealed even tighter. But sometimes, late at night, if you walk past the third floor, you might hear scratching, whispers, footsteps. The windowless room is alive, and it's waiting for the next one.